Tuesday, August 17th, and it is being conducted via Zoom. Anything that is said will be recorded. Anybody listening in will be given ample opportunity to comment. And with that, I say we begin the meeting.
Okay, may I suggest we kind of do this a little bit in reverse? Title V inspections, Bill?
Yeah, forgive me, I don't have the agenda in front of me, so just walk me through it, but we have 4 tonight. 236 Gates Pond Road, 187 Highland Street, 345 West Street, and 171 Lancaster Road are all passes.
Right, I got 2 of them. What are the other 2?
Oh, which do you have?
Gates Pond, Highland.
345 West Street
Okay,
and 171 Lancaster Road.
thank you. All passed.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay,
Alrighty.
next on the agenda, Berlin Auto Parts.
Yeah, as you know, Paul and I joined a number of town officials at a site walk there a week or 2 ago. We continue to get occasional complaints from one abutter that claims that his house is shaking. Yeah, I talked to Vaughn about it, and he doesn't feel that any of his activities would produce that type of a result. So I'll probably speak to the folks on Highland Ridge to see if they're still doing anything as far as blasting or crushing, etc., that might create that type of situation. And
I haven't felt anything in a number of weeks.
yeah, I thought they were done with that, but again, I would like to see what's happening out there. So Vaughn has invited Paul and I and anyone else who wants to attend to stand out at the Scale Road entrance and to perform his recycling duties with the scrap metal and see what we think sound wise and see if we feel any vibration. So in the next week or 2, I will arrange that and let the board know.
Relative to the development, I can tell you they are paving, and paving requires use of a roller, but the only type of roller that would cause any vibration is a vibratory roller, and they don't
Yes.
typically use those on asphalt. It's
Right,
just a
right.
weight and pressure thing. So
Yep.
I don't think there's anything going on up there, but it's certainly worth checking.
Yeah, I mean, if we can witness it or experience it and determine a source, we'll
Right.
pursue it. But right now, we're just kind of in the early stages.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay, next is an update about 19 Carter.
Yeah, I've haven't seen anything about this meeting. Have you, Paul? There was
No.
talk of a,
No,
so I don't know if things are working themselves out or not, but when I do, or if we do see something, I'll certainly see if Michelle Delmar is available or at least can provide us with, her opinion on the situation.
I just received a letter from the building commissioner late this afternoon addressed to the board of directors at 19 Carter. And I'll read it to you. It's not that long. Dear Board of Directors, after a careful review of the zoning bylaws, I have determined that section 1020, noise, is applicable to your facility and that you are not allowed to exceed the noise levels as outlined below for concerts and other events. 1021-1, noises measured at the property line of the lot shall not exceed the following intensities: 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 55 decibels. 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., 50 decibels. Then it goes on to say, should you disagree, you can file an appeal or whatever. I'll make sure you get a copy of this, Bill.
Please do, yep.
And you said you measured it before and it was what? One of you did.
I don't recall. I thought we were in and around the 55 decibel level, but you know, depending on the musicians, that can vary, you know.
Yeah.
It's-
That's not that loud either, Paul, right? I mean,
Really,
It's really-
50 decibels is kind of conversational, you
Right.
know. It's-
exactly. I don't know.
It's not a big number, and it's easy to reach that level.
Yeah.
But if that's what the bylaw says, that's what the bylaw says. Whether that's whether that bylaw was put together well or not, that's for
Yeah.
others to think about.
And did you test it at the property line, Paul, out in the road? Because
Yeah, out in the road.
cars are usually louder than some of them are than the band, you know?
Yeah, particularly if they got the bass booming, you know?
Right, right, yeah, okay, yeah, you can hear them coming all the way from the center when they got that going.
You know,
Okay,
and, you know, if there are violations, fines can be up to $300 for each occurrence, so.
oh my God.
And how long are these concerts scheduled to go through?
There's two more, one this Friday and 1 week from Friday, and that's it.
They've been working out pretty good, haven't they, Paul?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of happy people attend.
right.
So,
It sounds like they'll probably finish the season and then kind of rethink next year.
well, in my reading of this letter, you know, he's making a statement of what the bylaw is. There's nothing that says cease and desist. You know, I'm putting on my other hat. My comment to the board of directors at 19 is just that this is a statement of the bylaw. And, you know, I don't know if the shoe fits, put it on. I think at the tail end of things, I mean, 2 more weeks, I don't see it, personally, I don't see it as a big deal, and I have to go back to the drawing board for next year and see if we're gonna do them at all.
The chief of police and Michelle liked this idea, had mentioned adding speakers, so
Right,
enhancing sound, but possibly lowering volume.
volume,
You know, there's also ways to, you know, contain or deflect the sound to those that want it and keep
Screen it
away
a
from
little,
those that
yeah.
don't. Yep. So again, I think once the season's done, you know, the board of directors certainly can do some homework and see if they can, you know, develop the site a bit
Yeah.
to handle that type of use.
Because you can't ring the bell at the center church if it's too loud, right?
I'm sure that one is baptized and grandfathered and whatever else.
I'm just- You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I do. So that's the latest on that. And I know Evie Dewick was away. She just got back this morning or last night, so she just got the letter late this afternoon. And I spoke with her briefly. She hasn't conferred with the other board of director members yet, so nothing to add there other than just passing the information on at this point.
Mhm.
16 Bellevue next.
Yep,
Yeah, chief did get me the contact for Montechusett for that resident. I've left 2 messages, one kind of mellow and the next today rather stern, and hopefully we'll hear back. If not, again, the board should kind of think about which direction they'd like to head, which would be Worcester Housing Court or condemnation. I think both are viable options.
Montechusett hasn't been exactly crisp with everything.
Nope. Again, this is the 3rd representative on this site. Again, you know, I'm just hoping to at least make contact before we move forward. That was the stress of my message today.
Right. I mean, maybe not required, but that is certainly the logical next step in terms of trying to deal with this in a even-handed fashion.
Well, I know the board's concern was heating season last year, and unfortunately, we're heading that direction
Yeah, we
again.
are.
So, you know, if we don't get a call back, you know, maybe time to turn up the heat and you know, if concern is resident safety, you know, condemnation might be the way to go. Then no one's living in the home.
Now, is the Board of Health responsible for dealing with the I'm not gonna say that word today, it's just not gonna come out. Condemning the house, do we have to then tear it down, whatever?
Nope. Responsibility is to hold proper hearings, to allow the resident to, you know, discuss any concerns they might have. The next responsibility is posting the property, alerting the police that once condemned, that no one belongs in the building. And the housing code does say if it sits condemned for greater than a year, the town has the right to demo and lien the property. But again, that's a town decision. That would be selectman, administrator, town council.
Okay,
And the opportunity for the owner to take corrective action is incumbent in this whole process, isn't it?
Well, right. I mean, obviously, our 30 days has turned into months, so you know,
Right.
there's really there's no question that the violation is outstanding. When provided with a notice of hearing of condemnation, he certainly has a right to attend that meeting and maybe present to the board a plan of action that might persuade the board to take a different route, but you know, we need to get moving there because nothing's happening.
Right.
okay. Yeah, 'cause I was just trying to figure out how to wiggle that in our budget.
Well,
Yeah.
the initial, the condemnation itself cost the town nothing.
Okay,
Just my time.
which we appreciate dearly.
I believe Concom has issued a cease and desist for 36 Dudley.
Boy, if you see a copy of that, get it to me. I'd love to have that on file. Because you know, that September is our revisiting that site. You know, we gave him whatever was 90 days, whatever we gave him, it's coming up in September. So that will
Right.
be on a future meeting for discussion. Have to do a drive-by to see if things have improved.
I believe
I think-
I saw a letter to that effect in the office, but I'll have to follow up on that.
Yep. And I think the building inspector has issued something to the tree company that was had its trucks there.
Right. And, you know, in the big scheme of things, I'm sure that tree company was some level of income source for the owner of that house. More
Maybe.
than likely. Speculation, but
Yeah, I think at the meeting indicated they were helping him, but again, you know, it looks like an active operation when you
Yeah,
drive by.
yeah.
So I think you're right.
do we have anything else before our hearing?
Donna? Do you have anything that you'd like to go over with the board? I'm not setting you up, honey.
How did the sticker sales go?
I'm not sure if I was really needed this past Saturday. It really wasn't that busy, so,
Hmm,
yeah. And then I brought him the extra stickers and he's like, no, take them back. I told you I didn't want them. I'm like, whatever. So it's getting a little staticky down there, I guess is the way I want to put it. So, yeah.
This might be a good time to, I believe we should start at least working on creating or typing up a job request to open a replacement position for either Steve or Jeff. We need to get somebody on there. Pete does not,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Pete does not feel comfortable either leaving either one of the other two in charge.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So therefore, he's not taking his annual August vacation.
No, he is.
He is,
He's actually, yeah, I'm gonna have the payroll changed. I think I don't know if he's taking the full week, but at least one weekday in the Saturday. Oh, hang on, you know what? I've got it. Hang on.
I think as long as he can get Phil to cover on a Saturday, Pete would take a Saturday off.
yeah,
I don't think he's as concerned with Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
He looks, he's gonna be off Thursday, the 26th and Saturday, the 28th.
okay,
29.
So
Well, that's a good week.
what?
Yeah.
that's 2
Oh.
days.
Well,
Oh, I see.
Out of
it's
the
just a
3.
2-day.
You'll be there during the week.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, no, he'll be there Wednesday, but not Thursday. So he'll be off Thursday and Saturday, as far as I know.
But I just want to make sure that we get him to take his vacation.
Right.
He's not going to do it in the middle of winter. So, and I don't want to run into another issue next year. So
Correct.
he's
Right.
got like 5 weeks of vacation to take.
Oh, shoot.
My God.
Something else, sorry.
We shouldn't have to send him reminders on that, but
Not
maybe
anymore.
we should.
Yeah,
No,
but
he's
he,
not
you know,
reminded.
whenever we've talked about cutting the rec for replacement, he tells us to hold off.
Right.
He doesn't want us to advertise for this position.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't want us to interview somebody he doesn't already know. And I'm saying maybe we need to.
Right. Well, look how that's worked out.
So that's my 2 cents for pushing forward, because it's work. We've got to get the job approved. I'm sure it has to go in front of personnel and the town administrator. Then we have to put an ad in the paper, schedule interviews. You know, it's not a quick process.
No, but, and I think we need to spend some time individually and cumulatively thinking about, we find somebody we want to hire, how do we integrate that person into the operation down there with reasonable training and et cetera and so forth, everything that's involved in all the details. That could be challenging, I guess is what I want to say.
And this person that we bring on board, I was thinking maybe we should have them attend at least one board meeting a month.
I think whoever's the manager there should be attending up to 6 meetings a year, period.
I think, and we should, the rec that I'm proposing we cut should be the assistant transfer station manager position. And they must be able to do email, text. I won't say Twitter because I don't know how to do that, but
And have a telephone. Right.
Yeah.
yeah, or computer, know how to
Yep.
use it. Because it's ridiculous that we have to drive things to Pete whenever we want to communicate with him.
But there's no phone down there anymore, right? We got rid of that.
No,
Yeah,
he has a phone.
They put one, they brought down a
No.
cell phone, but it's.
Oh, yeah,
tough.
the town, we supply them a cell, right, that's right.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
they installed it, they took out the landline and then they gave him a cell phone.
Right,
But the cell
Yep.
phone is crap. It's absolutely crap. I mean, and I use mine all the time. I get an iPhone and it's my computer. And I'm like, how do I hang it up after I answered the phone? I'm like, I disagree with them taking the landline out of there, honestly. That's a safety issue.
yeah,
know-
it was a lot of money though to keep it.
I
I-
thought that Chief Galvin had given Pete a cell phone,
He
turned
did.
out to be crap. And then I thought he upgraded it with a
It's-
second one.
And it's
It's
still,
still subpar.
yeah. I mean, it rings, you can answer, you can hang up, but I'm like, how do I get it to the home screen? I mean, it's.
How do you get it to
I don't
what?
know. Back to the home screen. And then there's no Wi-Fi down there either. So,
No.
you know,
No.
when it's an email, you drawing on, I don't know, that's just, you know,
The satellite.
yeah. So when I'm down there, I'm roaming and I'm like using my own data. So, which isn't a big issue, but you know, don't expect people to email and this, that, and the other thing if you don't really have the equipment to do it.
I wonder who in the town has contact with Spectrum. I'd like to know,
Oh,
does
yeah.
Spectrum charge us for connections to the municipal building? And is there any possibility we can get them to give us the necessary feed to 35 Jones Road, seeing as how they have a townwide contract? You
We
know,
looked-
They
we
have
looked at that.
cable in there, right, Paul?
I don't know, Bobby.
No,
They
I
don't?
don't think so.
no,
There's
Oh, I thought-
nothing.
Because that
nothing
would be
there.
that line.
no,
Yeah,
and
all
to
right.
get it from the last house to the transfer station shed, I think I had gotten a price. It was, I don't know, 4,000 or more.
Wow.
Yeah, it was expensive. And then we're not even talking the monthly charges.
Right.
That's why I'm surprised they pulled the landline out. Unless that was really expensive, but I don't know.
It was quite expensive. It was the only one left on the town's list there. They were trying to get rid of it at the time, but we might have to revisit it.
Yeah, because my fear is like if somebody falls, you pick up that cell phone, if you can figure out how to dial it, I would use my own personal one. But then you get to the state police. You know, that's where it bounces to, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was.
I must admit, I haven't checked out that cell phone. I think I will do so in the next couple days, just so I know what I'm talking about when I talk to Chief Galvin.
right.
All right, and.
It
if
may
you
be a
can get
lame
it-
duck at this point. Yes, Bill.
You know, I could check with Bolton and Lancaster and see, you know, what they have at their stations also. Just curious now that you're speaking about it, if they have landlines or cell phones or how they handle that, you know?
Okay, that'd be good if you do
Yeah.
that.
Come on. Sorry, guys.
Wow, what's going on here?
Trying to
You-
get,
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the document I had.
okay,
James very nicely sent it to me. And I was trying to bring it up so I'd be all ready.
there you go.
Okay, now we have to turn it around.
Bingo.
Cool.
Hmm,
Or we could stand
Yeah,
on
yeah,
our
we-
heads, so.
yeah, we can stand on that. No problem.
You guys.
Okay, it is 7:29. So we have James, I already promoted, so I know he's listening. You hear us, James?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
Good.
Bring this to order.
Yes, should we officially open the hearing for James Moran for Dina Montillo? Lot 2A on Lyman Road.
Yes, my name is James Moore. I'm the owner of Northeast Classic Engineering, and we're coming before the board tonight to waive the local regulation for soil testing out of season.
Now, you said,
I know the board is looking at this in the future to do away with regulation. And we are, trying to move forward for single home development for the Montillos.
Paper ads?
Yes, we have the paper ad, we put it in the Telegram, and we have a certified abutters list
Okay, and you have all the
that
different cards.
all the cards went out. I did get, yes,
And you need to get those to the Board of Health office. The state's very strict on that.
that's correct. I was going to give them to Bill.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
that,
fine.
yeah,
Yep.
if Bill's all right with it. If not, you can put them in the box at the municipal building marked BOH. James,
Okay. Yep.
whatever works.
Okay.
So Bill, do you have any comments on the soil modeling?
No, some of this testing was done. This is a second lot carved out of the Oberg property towards the Northborough line. There's currently a single-family home under construction. Lot, I think it's lot 3 or 3A. This is 2A. So Jim's testing actually was done in season in April, but some of the testing in the reserve area was done in December years ago by Ross Associates. So that's the request tonight, is just to respect that. And we do have modeling witnessed above witnessed water table.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing unique about this property is Jim is proposing what's called the Geomat, which is probably one of the most recently approved innovative and alternative technology. So it's I think we'll see more of these. It's Jim, you can probably give more info than I, but it's a very low profile system. In fact, Sue, if you scan around to the right side of the plan, you'll see kind of a profile. It's only 1.5 inches thick. It's a plastic fiber mat that's surrounded by like a hydrostatic type fabric. So they're given credit for, top and bottom. If you go to the top of that side of the plan, you'll see a kind of a profile.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So again, it's an interesting technology. I've attended their webinar. It's an interesting theory of how it works, and this will be the first one in Berlin. And actually, the first one in Bolton, the board actually joined me on the inspection because they wanted to see it. So if you're
Right.
curious, I can do the same.
Can
I
you,
like
Jim, or someone illuminate us a little bit, like what
you
does this mat go down on a bed of sand or stone, or, what's the procedure here?
Yeah, I'll speak on that, Bill, if I could.
Sure. Yep.
Okay, yeah, it can be proposed, if you read the approval letter from DP, it says it can go in natural soil or it can be in a bed of C33 sand. I, as a designer, like it as in a bed of C33 sand. If you look at the top corner, you can
Oh, yeah.
see how we surround it by sand on the end profile detail. If you could just go up on the plan a little bit.
No, that's the breakout, Jim? That would be
Uh,
like breakout area or not? Just,
The breakout elevation would be, top of the geomat.
oh, above it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Jim, just so the board knows, the C33 sand is
Yeah.
the same
very similar
as
to.
you hear about the Presby sand. This is that same material. It's a very clean, coarse, consistently sized particle sand that surrounds this mat.
And
Right,
are there
yeah,
several,
it's
more
yeah,
than one chamber? Or is
Yeah.
it one chamber that feeds it?
it
I didn't see the big picture, that's all.
it comes out of a distribution box into sometimes 3 to 4 laterals. Yep, and the laterals,
Okay, yeah.
they say
Yep.
it's in bed configuration, but kind of reminds me a little bit of trenches because they all sit individually.
Right, right.
How wide are
Then
these
they're able,
mats?
once the effluent comes out of the geomat, it then goes into a bed,
Yeah,
How wide are the mats?
The ones that are proposing are 39 inches wide, and they use
Oh, yeah.
the term 3900. Yeah, they
Yeah.
come different widths. I've been doing the 3900 and had very good luck with them. I've probably to date have done 15 of these.
Does this save the homeowner money in the long run?
Yeah,
It does. It really distributes. It does. It's like any aggregate free system. They get a 40% size reduction. So that saves the money and it saves disturbance in the environment. You know, you don't have to bring in a lot of fill because it's a low profile. So yeah, they do receive the benefits. I think the overall benefit is more to the environment. And Bill was trying to talk a little bit about what we call envirotranspiration, which means that the liquid's leaving in many directions here, which is unusual for us. Usually we're in the old stone and gravel systems, pipe and stone, I should say, we're used to just a downward movement. This one moves in all directions.
oh, yeah. No,
So in a sense, I'm gonna use the analogy that it's like a soaked sponge in
Yes.
terms of the liquid movement would come out of the entire surface area or bottom surface area, yes?
Yeah, and again, it's just not downward movement. It wicks, as Bill was saying, it wicks in all
Well, when you say in all
directions.
directions, I
So when
mean,
we had one in Boxborough exposed.
what's on, is more of that Presby sand on top of this map?
no.
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, if you, again, if you go to that profile, it shows
Well, if
Presby
it's
sand.
wicking in all directions, there's gotta be something on top of it and around the edges as well.
Yeah, Paul, you're correct. And again, that's why they're kind of given credit for, again, the top, believe it or not, even though it's an inch thick, it's given credit for top and bottom area, because again, that fabric, wicks the effluent top, bottom, sides, the whole area. And again, it's in an envelope of that C33 sand. So it's really working above and below, versus, again, as Jim was saying, the typical pipe and stone system, everything's downward motion. In theory, this is all around.
And are these only associated with pump systems, or can they work with just gravity?
No, this is gravity, and that is allowed by the approval.
It
in the
is,
Design
oh.
manual. Yep. If you go to pump, I'm pretty sure, Jim, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, if you do pump a system, I think it has to be what they call pressure distribution, which is the smaller diameter pipe with the smaller hole, so that the whole bit is discharged charged at one time. Again, by gravity,
Yes,
I don't know if you're
if
getting
it-
as equal a distribution, but you're still getting, that whole envelope accepting effluent.
correct. Yeah, and the other thing, if you set this in natural soil and not bring in the C33, then it has to be pressure dosed according to my reading from Geomat and DP.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Well, I
So you
think
have,
we're all gonna be very interested in watching this go in.
Yeah, I would like to visit this site
it'd be cool.
when this work is going on.
Yep. Yeah, I'll let you know.
now, Billy, this is accept.
Yeah, no, Bill and I did one in Bolton together. Yep. And the boards came out and I don't mind that. I enjoyed that because I used to be a health director and I like to show what we can do,
Yeah,
Yeah,
What-
this system, especially this is for new construction, but on upgrades, like I say, I think we'll see more of these, because you will not see the typical mound, because again, these can be given a groundwater reduction and they have a
Right.
very low profile. The first one I looked at was in Stowe, and the yards on either side of me had the typical 3 or 4 foot mound. And this guy's yard changed elevation about 6 inches. So,
Wow.
aesthetically, it's certainly pleasing to a homeowner. But again, it also provides treatment and, is an acceptable IA technology.
Very good. I'd like to make a motion. Everybody with me? I'd like to make a motion to approve the deep hole test variance.
out of season, yeah. I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor? I'll do a roll call. Sue,
Aye.
Bobby,
All right,
Paul, I as well.
Very good.
That's it, right?
Well, yeah, so once a permit's drafted, I'll sign that for the board. And Jim, again, I had a couple review comments. I can catch up with you tomorrow sometime afternoon, probably.
Yeah, that's great, Bill, and I appreciate the board's time, and
You're
I'll
welcome.
give you all that certified mail stuff when I meet up with you tomorrow.
All right.
Right.
And I'll let the board know when it's being installed.
Okay, thank
That'd be
you.
great.
Perfect. Thanks, James.
All right, have a good night.
All right, you too.
Good
Thank you.
night. I can't get back to everybody's faces.
Oh, what a shame.
Here we are. There we go. We got Bob. There we go. Anything else?
X that thing out, sir.
Huh? X you out?
No, Zoom. I got on here. I don't know why it says Zoom on here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm down to the small pictures, but that's all right.
Don't worry. We
Well,
can see
I've
it.
got a solution. How about we make a motion to end this meeting?
Paul?
Before we do that, I just want to make sure, any new business, anything on your end, Bill?
No, just that we have 5 Tuesdays this month, so you get a little break, but be prepared because September 7th is the night that we have 5 hearings.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So we'll pay for tonight's lead agenda.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Now, Billy, is there anything we should look at? Any plans in there that we should look at before that hearing or?
Sue and I discussed this. I'll have the engineers get them to Sue and she can certainly get them to the board. But again, getting them to Sue too soon is tough because, a month from now, searching for an email is not an easy thing to do.
Oh, yeah,
So
right.
tonight, I think Jim might have sent this to Sue a couple of weeks ago, but again, today I reminded him to do it again, so it was fresh.
And we did it like at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I was texting him about 5:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was right there, because I get 50 emails a day,
Yep.
and either the cat can sit on it and delete it, or I delete it, or it's just lost.
Yes.
So that helps. And now apparently I have to send all plans to Eloise. I don't quite understand how that all,
Well, I think
Plans?
because there's if a plan has a variance hearing, the plans are supposed to be available to the public, which they certainly can be through me. But
Right.
Eloise did request that they be sent to her so that they could be available on the website.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're available during the hearing, Billy. That's not.
Well, they are, but again, if an abutter wants to view a plan prior to a hearing, which does happen occasionally, I'm happy to meet
Right.
with anybody. Sometimes they want to see it before the hearing to see if it's even something they want to attend. Sometimes my explanation of the proposal and the variance is enough and they're satisfied and they don't even come to the hearing.
Right.
So, but that's always an option.
okay,
Okay. All right, what about that motion, Sue?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor, Sue,
Hi,
Bobby,
All right.
Paul, I, Donna, thank you, Bill, thank you.
All right, good night.
Have
Thank
a
you
good
all.
night, folks.
good night.
Good night.
Okay, Donna, you ready for me to hit end?
Yep.
switch?
We'll see you later.
All right,
Okay, bye.
bye, good night.